All right, guys, welcome to the final stream of 2021. It has been a super fun year. I thought we could celebrate here by bringing on some of the unsung heroes from the Deposit Kingdom. This is my muscle. These are my bouncers, the guys who have done so much in the Discord. It's been an absolute blast getting to know you. Going, clockwise here, we got Willis, my splash play accountant, one of the OGs around the Deposit Kingdom. We got Dangy Wing, a man who just like even 6 or 7 months ago didn't even want to get doxxed for creating a man's coin price bot. We got Clay Sutton down here in the corner in the club. Top Shot Hoodie runs the social over there and now is the purveyor of all things Knights of Degen. And of course, Lou Dog Sherman rocking his broccoli hoodie over there, working at Lucky Trader now. How are we doing, fellas?
Great.
Can't complain.
Doing awesome. Good, man. Life is good.
Yeah. Lou, you I do see we have the hammock back out. I haven't seen that in the background of your videos for a while.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of space. So now that it can fit on my patio, I just figured leave it out there. But I brought it back for the stream. Maybe I'll hang out in it at some point.
It's we'll see it at the end of the show. I'm gonna play Luke helped me put together a highlight video, a bunch of, clips from all the shows underneath the Deposit Kingdom umbrella. And it was fun to look back to all those things. And it actually is making me think that I messed up, Lou, not going and finding your hammock clip to include in there because I didn't remember much of that moment live. But from what I hear, it was a great time for you.
That was one of the best streams, I feel like, all year. It was like mayhem for 2 hours. I hopped in and Jack didn't even realize I was on the stream for 30 minutes. It was wild. That was the Zed drop, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because Jack was so distracted with
that's where we got the iconic horse sound too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was watching back because I think our Club Top Shot guys had made a highlight video from that episode. And there was Levitan was trying to buy horses for Bales and Jennings and all that. So he was distracted. Jack had his horse guy. I was
with
stoned
Al too,
out
right?
of my mind. Yeah. I mean, it was just what a mess.
Wild.
It was fun. I don't know if you guys happened to see it, but there is a group of us in the Deposit Kingdom that fractionally own a horse. There was FVV and then it had babies. And then the Deposit King made it to the grand finals of some Zed race. We didn't fare too well, but it was nice to restoke the Zed sweat there for a little bit.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Representing the Club NGMI guys, a lot of those folks circle back to that Zed drop where they gamed out how to buy horses and nobody else could, as to where they built their bankrolls to today. So
that was Bab's
Zed is a great
NFTs.
origin story.
Yeah. and shout out to, it's your boy Pete. He's always messaging me whenever we're in there. I know those guys. I mean, those guys are grinding in there. AMT, one of the low key sharpest dudes you will find around the Deposit Kingdom Discord, still in those Zed streets. And that's what's been fun about the Discord too, is even though our attention has moved, from different things, that we do still have our core grinders and a lot of things. We have our core Top Shot grinders. We have our core Zed guys, people still loving those projects, which is pretty fun to see.
Yeah, that was awesome yesterday too, as well, with the S1 drop. Was that yesterday? I can't even my day straight, but it was awesome to see some of the true Top Shot OGs in our Discord, get rewarded. Shout out No Smock and others as well. I saw Chris G had a nice number of packs that he bought this year as well. So always fun to see those guys in there still, putting the pedal to the metal in the Top Shot front.
Yeah, someone shared with me one of the original Top Shot memories from the Discord was PeteBot, P8817, would do a countdown of how many packs were left. And, because it was Top Shot, there'd be some issues, with how many packs were left. And I had a lot of fun trolling Pete here as he was trying to land the plane. And then in this hypothetical, Pete was hammered and couldn't land the plane. But what I feel like for me, this Discord was forged in the fire of those first Top Shot drops. It was insanity then.
I'm pretty sure this is the dates where we didn't sleep for 3 days straight. I know there was a whole collective of us that was straight up. We were hey, should we go to sleep or should we not? And it was, I might have slept
February
7 hours over. Yeah.
That was peak.
Yeah.
Was that when Jacob said we can go to sleep and then drop something at 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
I think it was about 2 days after that, because it was like sometime in like late February, I'm pretty sure, because it was like still like when the top was going up, which started on February 22nd and went until like the 28th, and then it like slowly bottomed down. But it was like somewhere in that week at like 3 a.m. they dropped like.
I think it happened before the big rush, because it was when you could still buy more than one pack, because it was 3 a.m. and everyone's just like clicking refresh. I think I got 12 packs that day, because it was 3 a.m. East Coast, but it wasn't like overly late for me. So, oh man, that was a fun night.
Yeah, this low dose ASMR is incredible, by the way. That was fantastic.
Daggy showing his so this we actually have to do an explainer on this mug here.
No, we don't.
This is, I mean, it's kind of fun. So this is Daggy, actually you explain it. You could explain it far better than I can.
Sure. We'll pump our own bags. Club NGMI, I think it was 2 weeks ago. We had Iron Mikey on, and talk about drunk streams. Mikey was goated on that stream because it was very hard to land the plane on that stream. But basically, Mikey's a grinder. He finds discords before humans can find discords. He finds whitelist opportunities before humans can find whitelist opportunities. And he's just a good, wholesome guy. And his running bit was that for dinner, he was going to have water chestnuts. And so another Club NGMI member, Chenko, was gremplifying, and I know this is like a foreign language to you, what we'd call normies. Like they would gremplify images, and this is what came out. And now, bridging the gap from the Ethereum blockchain into the real world. Luckily, my in-laws didn't see this particular coffee mug, but this is now in my cadre of
isn't that the branding? Isn't that like Stop and Shop or Star Market logo? I am waiting for that lawsuit to hit.
It's basically Stop and Shop, otherwise known as Giant, for those of us down a little further south in the Northeast. Same deal.
Yeah. So that, if you want that bug that's been gremplified water chestnuts. I mean,
what's the Stop and Shop robot called? Isn't it like Marty or something like that? I only learned about Stop and Shop a few years ago from my fiance's family up here in the Northeast. And there's like a robot that will chase you around the store. He's going to come after you. That's what's going to happen.
The funny thing, I had this image of Iron Mikey in my head, and it was completely shattered by the stream. I guess I was picturing more of this like Neanderthal guy who just emerged from grinding in his cave, and he's just like this put together guy in a sweater with a nice, wreath behind him. And then he got absolutely loaded on the stream. It was great.
His wife came on the stream.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. That was amazing.
We're burying the worst part of all.
Such a good episode.
Mikey's well known for getting whitelist by what he says sucking toes. And what he means by that is just being nice to people, overly nice. So then people in the chat helpfully asked his wife, how do you feel about your husband sucking toes? And then she answered earnestly to that question. So yeah, we love Mikey. We love the Mikey family, especially the basement. It's great.
Willis, what do you remember from, because you were in the Discord, even when we started it last fall, but that late January period there with Top Shot, when we had, I always remember I hadn't really promoted the Discord ever kind of explicitly. Like I would put it in the show notes. Like I wanted it be for the hardcore people who found it and wanted to be a part of it. And I remember Jack mentioned it on a Club Top Shot stream, and we had like hundreds of people pile in there. Some of them, which are probably pillars of this community now, but that was an insane time. I got a panic attack I was like, holy shit. Now this is a responsibility. Like I need to make sure people aren't being awful and that this is an okay space. What things do you recall from those January days?
Yeah, I think it was the second Club Top Shot stream on January 26th when Jack mentioned your Discord to everyone. And yeah, that night, like I think we got like a couple hundred new people, and it was just pandemonium. It was like, and when packs dropped, it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah. I mean, I had the bit with Brian Hooper on Lowell's all last year about no toxicity, and I was joking about, the esports community being toxic. And then I was like literally dealing with toxic community members. I was like, oh, this bit became reality, like so many things do in my life. Lou, I remember being in some early threads with you too. I remember one night with Siler, who's another one of our bouncers, and we were like buying Bogdan moments because the rumor was he was going to be the face of Top Shot in Europe.
Yep.
Yeah. Siler and I, we did like voice chat, and he was showing, we were just going through like the lobby or marketplace and Top Shot. And he's like, which of these moments? And I think he bought a legendary Bogdan for like 4K that night. He ended up selling it for more. That's what's crazy, is Bogdans were going for like 5K at some point in Top Shot. That's when some of these things you look back and you're like, why were we buying these things?
And Dangy, like I didn't even you created the Man's Coin price bot, and that had to have been back in April. And I wanted to give you credit. And even at the time, like you were like, no, I'm just keeping a low profile. I mean, little did you know, like you would turn into this, NFT influencer here just a few short months later.
No, you got the reason for the not doxing all wrong, and it plays out every single time. Like, ask my dear friend Pump Skull about the Jewel price bot, and he wants it banished because the bot is slow, and so he gets so mad because it was 30 cents lower than the real price of Jewel. So I was scared of the bot dying and not working, so I didn't want to be blamed for it. Because we're going to get a little sappy. Shout out to Pete. This is a thing that I built out of fun, trying to learn how to code. And it was an opportunity and I took it. And so I've written a few things around the Deposit Kingdom, and it's building my portfolio for eventually when I hopefully get a developer job down the road. So yeah, that was my start. It was literally, I've used the Man's Coin bot in a job application.
That's awesome.
Incredible.
Well, and the thing about that, it's like, you're like the guy who holds the door open for someone, and then everyone keeps going in. You have to hold the door open because you also created another really fun bot, which was for our ship chasing draft picks. So anytime there was an FFPC draft pick, whether we were in a main event or our listener league, you would pipe it into the Discord, and it was really fun to comment on the picks, but it would occasionally glitch. And we all felt so bad because we were like, it's like people are getting mad at Dangy, the bot's broken. It's like, he did this out of the kindness of his heart, and now he has to do maintenance on a bot that he doesn't want to keep updating.
Well, that's also part of the fun, though. Like, at this point, I'll go ahead and say it. Like, I have enough social capital within this small corner of the internet that I know it's all within fun. Like, no one's being actually mean. So it's totally fine, and it's fun to be mad at the Dangy bots. But yeah, early on when I was making the Man's Coin bot, I was just some nerd trying to write some dumb Python script. And here we are now, still a nerd writing some dumb Python scripts.
Yeah. And I couldn't help. I think I saw you're now on to DeFi Kingdom scripts, right?
It's not releasing. I'm not. Yeah.
They're a lot harder to figure out those.
Yeah,
I bet.
It's funny because that Dangy said that, because I used that Man's Coin thread, the 22 link thread. I used that on my job application for Lucky Trader as like writing. So it was really funny. Like it's odd, but I mean, people talk about the utility of Man's Coin, but being able to use it for our own gains. Yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to get a job, with, Peter Jennings and Bales, I mean, referencing Man's Coin, that's the quickest way to get to their heart.
The best comment on this thread is someone was like, I thought the 23 was a joke.
What's the 23?
There's 23 tweets in
the
thread.
They thought that. Oh no, yeah.
They're like, I really thought that was a joke. I thought it was just this one. There's
also talking about things that have just completely changed. Like when I first saw this like Babs photo, and I remember asking him permission. Do you mind if he's like, my friends are gonna make fun of me so much. And now Babs has gone just full heel. He would print out a poster of this photo if he could. But that's what's so fun about all this. Like, I knew Babs like slid into my DMs when I was trying to mess around with Zed and he got me a Zed horse. He just sent me one. He wouldn't let me pay him for it. And that is the one recurring theme. Like, all of you guys are such good dudes who go out of your way to help people. You don't seek anything in return. And that's honestly what makes a lot of this so fun as I crack up at this Babs photo here.
Pete, I know you're driving the show. I just, on that note, can you pull up the private chat that I just messaged you?
Oh,
that'd be great.
Oh boy.
What?
That's dangerous.
Oh boy.
That's dangerous.
What is this?
So on behalf of, do not click reveal unlockable content, please. On behalf of the Club NGMI guys, we got you a gift card, we'll say, enough for 2 pairs of Lululemon pants for you and Lauren. And that's your unlockable content. So we're trying to think like, oh, what should we do for the image or whatever? And then Lou drew this up. So thank you, Lou. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a little token of appreciation for the year in the Deposit Kingdom, which has been just incredible.
Wow.
Because of course, as we're talking NFTs, we also talk casual wear. So you can get all you want.
That is very, very nice of you guys. And I swear to God, if anyone tries to right click and save as this NFT, I will come for you. This is mine. Daggy, is this a still, or did you specifically pose for this photo with this Photoshop in mind?
Yeah, he definitely posed for it.
I posed for it.
That makes it so much better.
Babs found the original pic, and then we used a dangy still in there.
It's funny you got me the Lulu too, because I've always wanted to get those. You know, my wife's a Lulu Maxi. I haven't ventured over there. I like Gymshark. It's a more affordable version. And I mentioned that in the chat one day because you guys, I swear to God, you talk about joggers like every other day in Club GMI. Yeah. And Easy tried to shame me for liking Gymshark. And now I feel like you guys came out and were like, Peter, you need to up your athleisure game.
It's life-changing. It really
Thank
is.
you.
I've been a knit, and it's the way to go.
We have Babs here. I had the stream in the kitchen with my parents' wife listening, so thanks for that, guys.
All that hard research, Babs.
Oh man.
Also,
when Babs NFT like that needs. I can't believe that's not been an NFT yet. The photo of him.
Oh yeah,
that'd be so good.
10,000 shirtless Babs photos.
I mean, what's there not to like about that?
Oh man, I think you're onto something there.
Should say that.
We got Babs's dad, Dabs. We got the docs yesterday in the NGMI part of the Discord.
Yeah, they got the Starbucks together.
Yeah, so Dangy, tell that story because it was the biggest sale in Club MGMI history that led to Starbucks for everyone.
So it's just your run-of-the-mill selling a sheep for 126 Ethereum,
500K or so.
Yeah, just to run a mill story there. And it was a great juxtaposition because I listened to the Takecast with Davis and the Bitcoin maxi of the world, Alex. I forget his last name. I apologize,
Gladstein,
Alex.
I think. Yeah.
It just blows my mind because Davis hangs out in our channel too, and he's like fake Bitcoin maxi, but on that show he's like, yeah, Bitcoin's it. That's all it is. Everything else is a scam. It's just crazy to listen to that. And then he's literally like, oh yeah, and these like sheep animal JPEGs are worthless. So we had there was a drop back in the day for Vox, which is a part of Townstar. It doesn't matter. But part of the alpha that was in our channel was we learned how to mint from a contract fairly early on, thanks to Lou down below doing a video about how to do that. So King knew how to do that and other people did not. And so the club ate on that drop. And then for months, the floor had dropped on those NFTs for a while. King just held, he held, and he delisted at 69 ETH once. He delisted at 100 ETH once. And eventually, I saw this tweet actually on my Twitter feed. And I was like, wait, is that King's sheep? So I go look. And so I call him on Discord. And he picks up and I go, King, did you have your sheep listed? He's like, yeah. For 126? He goes, yeah. Oh, well, it sold. So I actually broke the news to King that he got Guelph. And he immediately that night at like 1 a.m. he shared a Starbucks gift card with the club for $500 that just anybody could use. So shout out to King giving back as well to the group after getting X 1000% more than that on Starbucks. So shout out King.
Yeah, just, I mean, and you guys, and also I know this is incredibly inside baseball and I haven't done much, stage setting for people who aren't familiar, but within the Deposit Kingdom Discord, we have all kinds of channels, different topics. We have some gated, premium. The NGMI, Club MGMI is the NFT channel that went gated, I believe sometime this summer, and you guys have had some massive sales, but I mean, this is the biggest sale by an order of magnitude, right?
Yeah, definitely the first over 100.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the biggest one before was like 80K, right?
It was
60?
more than that.
Was there 60 ETH? There's definitely been 50 ETH sales.
What was tacos?
Or
Who
it
just
was
disappeared?
100. It was like 180K.
Yeah. One guy had a sale that was like 50 or 60 ETH.
Was that Coney?
He's never to be seen again. No,
that was
Coney had Coney had the first big one.
Went to the
It was
VIP
33.
Discord, you know what I mean?
Here's the scale. Here's what's crazy, what Pete was saying. We can't remember all the big hits that people have had that are like over 50 ETH. We're forgetting some. That's just it blows my mind.
It was 80 ETH. It was the ON1 Force, like when those first dropped. Someone hit like a super rare one. Yeah.
80 ETH. Yeah, and he's never to be seen again in the Discord. It's funny. And then Reno came in. He was like asking us how to mint, and he also had the 0N1. He was in the Discord for like 5 days, Dingy, and he gets 50 ETH sale. It's like, it's crazy. Where are those for us that have been there for like 8 months? We're not getting any 50 ETH sales.
Yeah. It has been a good year for lots of guys in the club. Clay, how are things going over on Knights of Degen? I mean, again, like being, such a big part of that project now, and to think, again, back in January, Top Shot, like those projects didn't exist. All of us hadn't even ventured over really into other NFT projects yet. And now that's your full-time job, the Knights of Degen project.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I'm still pinching myself, to be honest, because I was even, later into the game than a lot of people in our Discord, and I was a little apprehensive from, in part being a little bit lazy with it, in part not fully wrapping my head around it, but in part also just being kind of like into Top Shot as thinking that was, quote unquote enough. And then as time progressed and as the summer went along and kind of like learning about it more, and shout out to Jack for putting me on, it just, I became way more and more interested, and then found a good way to kind of utilize some of my professional skills in this frontier with, strategic communications and such. So we're having a blast over with Knights. It's been a really, really fun end of the year. I got a lot of stuff coming in January, and our Discord's popping right now. We have a really cool partnership going with Bet Online, where we're doing a college football playoff contest with them. They have some really cool prizes. They're doing some giveaways. We're doing one right now where we've given everyone with a Knight wallet one of the 4 college football playoff teams randomly assigned. So whoever, like if your team makes it to the championship and wins, you're going to receive a free commemorative NFT designed by our artist Blake, as well as be eligible for some cash prize drawings and some fun stuff like that. So I'm super hyped. We've been really grinding hard, and January I think is going to be a really fun month for us. And I'm just ecstatic with just kind of like the overall vibe in our Discord and community. Has been a lot of fun. So it's really, really insane, Pete, when you think about it, like how your tree has spread out in all these ways with what we're all doing now, and how it all started. And it's really funny to go back and look. I was actually looking earlier today when we were like talking about the show it's really fun in Discord. You can go back and see when people entered certain servers. And so I don't know what happened around, it was October. So Willis was the first one of us to enter the Deposit Kingdom Discord, and it would have been October 9th, followed by Dangy on the 10th. And then myself on the 20th. And then Lou was a little bit later. He was not until December. But he snuck in before. But it's so funny to go back and like see these things and kind of how it comes together. And, it's just insane to be like, literally a little over a year ago, is when this all kind of the genesis began. So shout out to you, man. Like couldn't thank you enough for kind of just, opening these doors for myself and for all of us. But it's really fun to kind of, look back in the midst of just an absolute wild year in so many respects. But find a little bit of piece of the internet to make it really special was a blessing for sure.
No, yeah, it's been so sweet to see all of the kind of opportunities that have happened. And I know it's like one of those dumb cliches about those rising tides, but it does feel like so much with, all of us diving in head first to all these new opportunities, and just to see you guys all flourish and succeed and launch new careers. And it's been truly a blast. I said it in the Discord announcement too, like, I used to be kind of a Twitter maxi. Like, that's where I would hang out all the time, on the replies. That's just where the social stuff went down. And now it's like, I barely even go on Twitter. I just want to hang out in Discord all day. It's like a hyper focused version of what you were trying to do on Twitter, which is interact with people with shared interests, have fun, and to see kind of these communities and sub communities kind of flourish, and to have you guys be a big part of that and shepherding it in creating good environments has just been, it's been awesome to see. And I really appreciate you guys. Let's do a cheers here before I get too sappy. Can we go around, what are you guys drinking? Because people in the chat were asking what everyone's drinking. Los Dos.
I got Los Dos.
Yeah. Shout out for the little care package from our guy Pete. But yeah, Los Dos on deck. We'll give it a little ASMR here.
I genuinely hate all liquor because it's incredibly on brand for me to think all liquor is too hot. Like, it just hurts. But this is actually good. I am genuinely shocked and surprised that I enjoy it.
It's funny you say that, Danny, because I was like, I was wanting to send you guys some stuff. And so I mean, I knew Clay and Lou would like Los Dos. I knew Willis would. I couldn't send it to him. And I was
we do.
Does Danny even like hard alcohol? And before I was like, I'm just sending it to him. He can figure it out.
Yeah, maybe.
But it's also good. It's part of the bit. Like, you got to lean into who you are. And so online people are just, I'm a little caricature of who I am in real life. So why not? I'm a dad. I'm mini Soccer Dave, by the way, in the shout outs, where this is Soccer Dave Erasure. Without him and you going in on nifty boxes, I don't think I would have been this deep at NFT. So it did all start with Soccer Dave.
Hear ye.
It really did start with Soccer Dave. I have this vivid memory because Clay was kind of talking about it too, where we got into Top Shot, and then I think we were all, like this baby deer, like trying to struggle, be like, should we get into other things? And I remember being at my in-laws' house. It had, and Lou probably remembers the timeline too with NFT boxes. And Kitchen told me he was going in on it. I was actually in a Discord. We had created a little group, but Kitchen had made an actual new Discord server, and it was me, Logie from Lucky Trader, Kitchen, and Leone. And we were in there talking about random projects. And so they were talking about going after these NFT boxes. And I was like, I hadn't set up a MetaMask yet. And I was starting to look at it. And then Kitchen's like, I'm going for this drop. I was like, let me get in on it. I was like, I don't have anything. Can I send you money? Can I do it? He's like, yeah, you can have half of this. And that's when he got the last mint on that NFT box. We still haven't figured out what our plan is with that. But I remember just the concept of MetaMask, even in January, was so intimidating to me.
Yeah, I like found my old MetaMask and it had like 0.3 ETH, which in January was worth like, I don't know, $300 or something. Like it was still pretty low back then. So I'm like trying to figure out. I had a friend who we went in half and half on that NFT box too. And like if I didn't go into that drop, I mean, I don't know. That was such a huge like bouncing point because unlike you guys, I sold the box because it went up to like 2.53.
That's on brand for you.
You're good at this. You're good at this. We're not.
You actually like money.
He told me the other day, actually, kind of going off that point. He said he's the one that claimed Mooncats for Dave.
What?
Whoa.
Kitchen has been LARPing as a Mooncat thought leader and he didn't even redeem this?
I don't know how many Dave got too, but yeah, he said he was helping him rescue the Mooncats.
This is even the whole Mooncats thing. I wasn't fluent at all with, minting and going after these stuff. So when I heard these people were rescuing Mooncats, I was literally like picturing Andy with just like a 3-foot tall monitor doing like Solidity, like cracking like hash codes to rescue. I was like, I guess that's just for them because I can't do it. Like, yeah, what does it even entail?
I'm pretty sure what happened is you would go onto the website and there's like, you're like flying through space or something. And then at some point, like a cat would pop up and you had to click it. And then if someone else already clicked and claimed that cat, you weren't able to get it. So people would like fail transactions, and it was a lot. I didn't end up doing it because I like tried, and the first 2 I tried at just failed. And then I had something I was going to that day, so I just gave up. But I mean, some people got like, I don't know, how many did Andy get? He had to have gotten at least like a dozen of them.
Yeah,
He
he
went
had a
pretty
little bit
ham.
of a head start on the rest of us
That's-
knowing how to do
What a
that.
preposterous sentence that Lou just said.
That he,
Um,
he rescued
talk
a dozen
about
of
in a
them.
vacuum. Shout out Pete's podcast feed. But if you just clipped a single sentence from any random episode of Club NGMI or any episode
Oh,
of Club
man.
Top Shot, I swear to God, people would just be like, "You're batshit crazy." Still.
Willis, I assume your first kind of experience with non-Top Shot NFTs was it your man's coin?
Yeah, so like you know, I had never really cared about like crypto before and everything, and like it was like the same with Top Shot. Like I didn't get into Top Shot until I think it was like 3 or 4 days after Bales' article.
I love how
Because
you're acting like you were slow 3 days
Yeah,
after Bales'
but
article.
that is slow though. Like
Sales plus 3.
I've actually looked back and saw some sales and stuff that happened
Oh.
like on the day of the article, and I'm just like, man, I probably would have bought that for $3 or something, you know? like there's stuff that I actually want that I probably would have bought at that time, even though I wasn't willing to like put a bunch of money into Top Shot right away. But yeah, I never really cared about crypto or anything. But like when you redid the Man's Coin NFT, I was just like, I love Pete. I have to get one, you know? And so, yeah, so that's when I set up a MetaMask and a Coinbase and got ETH, and then had to wait like 7 days to transfer it over. And so, like, I didn't even get in on the original drop. But thankfully, Mans held one for me. And it was
It did sell out. We didn't even end up needing to use the reserve one for you.
Yeah.
Eventually did. Oh man, that one day I dropped like an alpha alert in the Discord, and I was like, oh, there's some utility coming for Man's Coin potentially soon. And then there was like 15 sales of it. And I mean, the utility was you got the token for Club MGMI. So there was like real utility at it, but it was crazy. Like, what was the top sale? Wasn't there a 0.69 sale at one point?
Yeah.
It was crazy. It's just like, because there weren't that many listed. So it was like 0.15, the 0.25, the 0.4, and people are buying them. And that was a crazy day as well. I don't remember when that was specifically, but maybe in like July or something. Yeah, it was at like a peak time of just NFTs in general. So people were just throwing money around.
Yeah. And you guys, so why don't you tell people, because you know, there was the club NFT channel had a similar evolution that the Club Top Shot channel had, where it was getting almost so crazy. And we ended up creating the Club VIP channel. And that actually became like the safe haven for people to discuss stuff without all kinds of craziness. And then Club NFTs kind of followed. I mean, seriously. And Club NFTs kind of got out of control too. And you guys were doing like having actual alpha, and there were lots of lurkers, there were lots of voices, and then you guys were like, I think we need our own safe space as well.
Yeah, I looked at some of the stats on the back end, and it was something like currently 100 people wrote messages in that NFT channel, and 350 had viewed it. So there's still a lot of lurkers out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's funny too, because I'll notice you guys in GMI, like you'll occasionally see someone like on the active side who hasn't talked in all of it. You guys will try to smoke him out, like posting screen. Who is this? Who has to say something? I will. This is a good time too. We can pull up and celebrate some of our most active members. I mean, Dangy, this is an absurd amount of posts, Dangy.
Can you take that down, please? That's slander.
No.
My family.
Man,
man.
I remember when I was number 2.
Yeah. I hit number 1 for about a week, and then Dangy like just propelled straight past him. Well, a lot of it was because of the bots too that he was posting in there.
Yeah, you guys, it was the NGMI channel. You guys are so active that you guys all just blew by everyone. I think like, where am I even in my own Discord? Okay, I'm 27th. I mean, that's so sad. You guys, I mean, how am I 27th in my own Discord here? And look at all the different NFT avatars too. Is just hilarious to look through.
There was a point where the
leaderboard.
top 10 was like all the per avatar.
Except for Phil.
Yeah.
Phil was like
True.
10, and he was the only one. He was his Street Fighter character.
Yeah.
Street Fighter. Oh man, that was Street Fighter and just Wax NFTs in general is why the NFT channel started, which is little unknown fact because everyone hates Wax now. But that Street Fighter drop was like one that we all were trying to get into. Remember that? Yeah. Phil, did he end up selling all of the ones he got for you or that you got?
Yeah. So
he
Phil,
traded them for Top Shots, didn't he?
I went after that dub drop. I went the Wax site. I was like, I hate this so much. And I said, Phil, I was like, I'll just take whatever cut you want, take 40%, just dump all my Street Fighter NFTs and get me out of this project. I also am laughing looking here. Shout out to Ricky, in the land of all the NFT avatars. He has a zoomed in photo from a group shot we took at the Club Top Shot basketball game in Vegas.
Absolute legend.
I love it.
Absolute legend.
Hey, man, he's the champ.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. That was definitely another highlight for me this year. And I believe it looks like Dangy and Willis are the two I haven't got to meet in person, but we did that Club Top Shot group trip in August and then also a ship chasing trip out to do drafts and then got to meet a decent amount of people at NFT NYC as well. Even got to meet some NGMI guys. But yeah, I feel like in 2022, hopefully COVID chills out a little bit and we can get another big meetup, much to Dangy's chagrin, I believe.
It's the dang kids. Like I've got two under 4.5. I've got one that just turned 1. And so when you're having those meetups, he was under 1 and it's just not going to happen.
All we got to do is get another big whale sale and then apply that money to childcare for you. And then we're good. No Starbucks. We'll just reallocate the Starbucks funds to some childcare funds and you're coming with us.
No, that money's already allocated, my friend. I trust me. My wife's like, can you just
not for you. I'm talking about community. The community. We'll step in. We'll step in. We'll make it work. It's the Babs NFT drop. That's what's going to supply your childcare
there you go.
trips.
I like that.
Willis, what does your wife think of all of this stuff? I know that you buying, Mans and, Deposit Kingdom merch has potentially, created some stress on your relationship.
It's not stress. It's just she feels that like I just like buy too much stuff basically. So like we were actually going through our closet this week and she was just like, how much new stuff have you bought in this year? She just went, this is new, and everything. And I mean, it has definitely been like a lot. And it's not even your merch is the most of it, but like there's like other stuff like esports stuff and stuff like that I've bought in as well. So
I also want to do a cheers here to Willis because like Willis's positivity and just constant like ray of sunshine, through whatever. He's also the most frequent commenter on any of my videos. I can always count on a Willis comment. If he gets behind on streams, he doesn't just say, hey, those are lost to the sands of time. He goes back and watches. He's a completist. And Willis, like truly your presence, you see it in NGMI, even the channels you aren't active. People get so excited when you're around because your energy and your exuberance is just unmatched. So a cheers to Willis for truly being an awesome member of the community.
No doubt, man. To more of Willis energy going into 2022. That's what I'm going for. That's one of my New Year's resolutions.
It's great when like Willis will be like, oh yeah, I didn't go into that NFT drop, but he'll comment on other people and like excited when they get sales. And he's like, yeah, I didn't buy any of that, but like excited that you had the sale, and not a lot of people are in there doing that type of vibe. So it's really cool to see.
Yeah. And it is the thing with all this stuff. And you were mentioning it, you know, with the big sales, and there always is, whether it's competition or jealousy, like we're all humans, right? Like we want to succeed ourselves too. And so it's hard to sometimes fight that instinct. And Willis, to literally see you celebrate other ones, and it never feels phony. It never feels disingenuous. Like it really is a breath of fresh air. And I do really appreciate you a lot, man.
I appreciate you guys. You know, I mean, I'm not going for these drops, and so like I know, you know, you miss 100 shots that you don't take. I'm not taking the shots, so you know, when someone else does and they hit, like I'm happy for people. You know, like we're a community. You know, and I'm not using that word like ironically. Like it's legit. Like you know, just think of how many true actual friendships we've all made just from the Discord and everything. And I mean, like people like Clay, Lou, and Dangy, like they've got like careers now because of it and stuff, you know, and that's awesome.
Lou, tell us about how have things been going over at Lucky Trader? Doing a lot of streams, lots of content, tutorials. Has that shift been fun for you, leaving your old job in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like it doesn't feel as much like work because, I mean, half of the work is just scrolling on Twitter and finding like new stuff that comes up, just NFTs, and it's like I don't have to give an excuse to like turn my head during the day and like look off to the side. Like I'm actually in it, so it's really cool in that sense. And then we're gonna start doing some like learning how to do different like things on Friday mornings. Little spoiler alert, Dangy's going to be on next week with me. We're going to do a DeFi Kingdoms one startup for some people. So
Can I bring
pretty
Los
cool.
Dos?
Yeah, it's a morning stream. We should definitely do the Los Dos.
I was pissed when I couldn't get Los Dos. Like when it first dropped, I tried to buy it and it said you can't ship to Alabama. I was just like, oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah, it's a laws. Like I think I could get it like shipped to like a liquor store, but that's just a hassle.
Wells can make moonshine, but he can't get Los Dos delivered to his doorstep.
Yeah, basically. I have a friend that lives in Nashville though, and so I thought about ordering it and sending it to his house and then picking it up. So
I thought it might be fun. We have like there's you know, with Discord you can upload your own custom emojis, and some of these now are so ubiquitous that I don't even blink when I see them or think that like they're weird or inside jokey, but they've become almost omnipresent in the Discord. I thought it might be fun to go around, and I can try to pull up screen shares of these, of some of your guys' favorite, you know, Deposit Kingdom specific emojis, because the whole, you know, a picture tells 1,000 words. Like the way some of these emojis can convey a very specific emotion, I think is truly incredible. So I don't know, Dangy, do you have one that stands out to you?
Yeah. When you said specific emotion that was hard to quantify, the one that comes to mind is the Gary V emoji. The CSU blast off is my favorite to see because it's just somebody's winning, but the Gary V is just like, it's like a gut punch feeling when you see it, because for whatever reason his just face is contorted in a terrible way. Welcome Ori.
Yeah, right. I saw that
blow up.
Wow, I guess
Ori.
things are going good in DeFi Kingdom. Ori,
let's go.
Must have been a big sale or something.
Thank you, Ori. It's go ahead.
I just was gonna tie the knot on Gary V because it really comes full circle, because Gary V'd us with his books. A lot of us bought a lot of his books, literal #1 New York Times bestseller, and then they're on some different side chain that I hate, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah,
what a hoax,
Gary V.
Right? Like, here, buy 12 of my books, because why would anyone need 12 of your books? And each 12 you get an NFT, so people are buying hundreds of these books. Wow. I mean,
so I actually don't have the Gary V one in my folder or whatever for where I've created emojis. So apologies for that. But I will say, so this has become the de facto celebratory emote reaction. If you guys aren't familiar with the specific origin, this is when Pete won the Millie Maker at a live final, and he's holding the check. They're spraying champagne, and just total orgasmic ecstasy about what's happening here. So anytime anything good happens in the Discord, this emoji gets wielded at a high rate, and it truly is the perfect emoji.
The other one I like is the Roger Goodell one, the laughing Roger.
that one's so
Someone
good.
was saying like if you have Nitro, you can use them in other channels, and that's the one I use for laughing in any channel.
Yep.
It's actually
same. I use it at nights all the time. Yeah, me too.
I don't know if you guys know the backstory to this one, but this one's funny because this was around when we had started the ship chasing channel, and Pat was like, Karain said to me, I hate using just the like crying standard emoji laughing one. And I agreed with him. And he's like, can we get, a different laughing custom emoji? So I started like poking around looking for, NFL players, NFL figures laughing. And I found like a Steve Smith one. And that's problematic in its own right. And then I found this Goodell one that I thought was perfect. But Pat actually hated this. He's like, I hate Goodell. I don't want like my association of laughing with Goodell. But by then it was too late. Like people were already starting to use this with like a pretty good frequency. And I was like, sorry, Pat, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like the people want this as their laugh emoji. And I do agree. It's so much better than the default crying emoji.
Well, speaking
I remember
of Pat,
when you put this one in here in the Discord, like everyone was using it.
It's so much better. I do. It's another one where if someone else saw it, they'd be like, what the hell? But to all of us, it's like, no, I'm laughing my ass off right now.
Well, speaking of Pat, like his is one of my favorite emojis as well, just because it's literally titled love, and having the pleasure to have gotten to know Pat a little bit over the last few months and hang out with him in person here in New York, it truly embodies who he is as a person, and what a big sweetheart. Like he's just such an awesome guy. So I've always loved that one. It's just so funny. And I love that it's now titled love. I believe it used to have a different name, if I'm not mistaken, but it's very, very applicable and appropriate. So shout out Pat.
Yeah, let me pull up that one. Yeah, this has become the default. We're gonna break our veneer of cynicism, and we put this is the blown up version of this. This was back when I was creating thumbnails for Stat Chasing, a show on Ship Chasing Pat would do last year, and I would go through his old Facebook photos and just find photos to use.
Yeah, I was like, where did you get this photo?
It's from his Facebook. He's like joking around with his relatives at some party, and now everyone uses this as their love emoji.
Oh, man.
Lou, what did everyone else get a favorite in here? Emoji?
Yeah. That other one, if you want to talk about like niche stuff, is the penguin one.
Oh yeah, let's do this one.
That one is like very, very niche, because that's when Davis what was the name of it? Dangy, do you remember?
Wasn't
like
it Penguin
Fight Club or something?
Yeah.
Something like Penguin Fight Club. And Davis got like a rare one, and I don't think they had even minted out yet, and he listed it. And
did he sell it for
was
2
talking about it. I don't remember how much he sold it. He's definitely sold it for profit, but I think people were complaining about him pricing it too low. But that's the Discord where he got outed, and someone was like, this guy has 20,000 Twitter followers. Like, let's go. They were like all excited that he tweeted about it. And then he sold it off, and people were pissed that he was like selling it low. And oh man.
So there was something TD. Yes. Yeah. TD was a part of this. He was like in that Penguin Fight Club Discord, I think. And I'm struggling to find this.
What happened was Davis was pissed about missing out on something, and he's like, I need to mint something. And TD like jokingly sends him this penguin one. And then was this after the glitter bomb? Oh, he had just got the glitter bomb, and so he was pissed. And he minted these like penguin. They were at like 4,000 out of 10,000 minted. Like none of us were minting it, and he mints like a rare one.
Oh my God. It basically, so they were all mad. So what happened too was, I think TD told them like, hey, Davis is this influencer who minted your project. So they got all excited. Then Davis dumped it, and they turned on him. Then TD asked me, he's like, hey, do you want me to get you a free Penguin Fight Club so that I could be like the heel to Davis's heel? And then Mans adopted Penguin Fight Club. So this one, like when I see it, this is just like, It's like a subtweet at Davis anytime you see this emoji.
I really like the Conley reaction one too, just because that was such an iconic Club Top Shot episode of him with the water, kind of giving the side eye, and like that was like when we were really at our stride in terms of like amazing gifts coming off the stream and whatnot too. And that episode provided so much damn comedy that like I just like that gif is so great just for all different. Yeah, it's fantastic. Like I don't know if it gets better than that one. And then the Jackie Pax one with Jack and the cowboy hat is just also iconic. Like forever. I will associate a cowboy hat with my guy Jack Settleman, and maybe only because he went to Texas, but it's just absolutely epic.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Chris Conley, found the end zone last week, still crushing it. We can pull up this one that Babs is referencing here.
Yeah.
Anyone want to tell the story on this one?
There's just one. It was a GIF, and it's
Kate McKinnon.
I don't know. Was it from like SNL. Hamilton or something? Is it?
Oh, I thought it was Kate McKinnon, right?
We need Eric on here if it's from Hamilton.
I'm not sure. I thought this was from like a play, and it's a GIF where she like blows in dust, like shoots out of her mouth. And so people used to do that on these mints that just went straight to 0, and they'd be just dust. And then I think, Danny, was it your idea where we put it in where anytime Jack comments, this would automatically pop up as the emoji,
which is so great for our Knights launch. His dumbass in there, and every time he types, it's dust.
We had a conversation about if we should continue with this, and I said Jack's a big boy; he can handle this.
I wanted to pull the plug very early on it. God, poor Jack. Well, because also like us as a group, we were just hard on Jack, so I knew this was like, okay, we'll keep giving him a hard time. Keep dusting him, but he is a big boy. He can take it.
One of my favorite subthreads within NGMI was Jack and Carlini arguing about like Top Shot and CryptoPunks, and we just sent them to their own thread to just argue about that. It's just like, in what world is Carlini and Jack in the deep dark corner of a Discord just arguing about this?
That must have been like right as threads like even came out too. It is a Discord function. I think that's incredible.
Oh my goodness! Here,
if you guys, Pete, if you'll oblige real quick, I would love to just quickly share the backstory in terms of how I initially got in touch with you from my old job, because I feel like this is a great time and place to do it. So in my previous life, I worked in PR, consumer marketing, and one of my clients was LG. And right about the time, I'd been following the Swolecast for a while, and then when Pete came on board, really kind of like took off in terms of my interest in like his content and stuff. And so when him and Davis had Patrick Laird on the podcast, and they started roasting Pete for having an Android phone, I was like, hey, here's my opportunity. So I cold sent Pete a DM and reached out and said, hey, do marketing for LG. I'd probably go find this DM. It's like got to be hilarious to look at in retrospect. And and I was like, I would love to send you a phone. I think it'd be like a really hilarious bit. We just launched this new one. Like, let me know if you're interested. And he replied back and was like, yeah, sounds great. Like, you know, that's funny. And so I sent it to him. He turned it to a whole bit. It actually played really funny because it was referenced to the Swolecast for like 5 episodes, which was, you know, made my life. And then Pete and I didn't really talk for about a whole year until last fall. And then right as you were getting the Discord going, Pete, we had another phone launch, and I reached back out to you again. Yep. And then sent you the LG Wing phone and a nice box of buffalo wings from Anchor Bar Buffalo.
I was just also
along with Nate Burleson. It was you and Nate.
Didn't Barry get one too?
Yeah, Barry gave one too. Yeah,
and I was like, I was like, poor Clay wasting his money on me pumping.
No, but it was so great.
Burleson doing Instagram videos, and I'm just over here on the Swolecast.
I had to, man. It was so good. But you know, look where it ended up is the funniest part about it. Like, it was just such a thing I wanted to do because I was personally having a blast with it, and to me, it was like fun to make my job at the time more exciting by getting to do something that I was passionate about on the side. And getting to, you know, interact with you. And it's just funny how that led to joining the Discord, and then the Discord led to becoming a bouncer, and then everything from there in terms of Club Top Shot and so forth. It's hilarious to track it back to like straight up just like, you know, shooting your shot, just reaching out and being like, hey man, like this could be really funny if you're into it. Like, would love to send you a phone. So that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you reaching out, and it's been so great to get to know you. The fact that the guy who slid into my DMs offering me a promotional phone would then be my roommate in Vegas, for 3 days. That's how life works.
Would have it any other way.
Let's do. I want to do these giveaways. The snapshot has already been taken. This was a Discord exclusive giveaway here. So thank you to everyone who filled out the form. Similar to the ENS drop, you can still join the Discord, but you will not receive the airdrop entrance into this giveaway. But I'm going to do 2 gift cards to the store, one $50, one $100. And then I'm going to free roll 2 of you in DraftKings contest this week. So we'll do a $50 red zone entry. I'll PayPal you, and I will just trust you that you're going to enter the contest with this so you can turn this into generational wealth, and also a $100 entry into the SPY. So let's do a $50 gift card to the store here first. Who do I see? Z-Ranks. Z-Ranks 05. Congratulations. I will look up your email and send you a gift card to the store. I should also mention, I turned on a flash sale for the next, it's ongoing for 35 more minutes. Shopify turns it off at 5 o'clock, 20% off in the Deposit Kingdom over Zet store if you want to get in there. This is for a red zone entry, $50 single entry. Now, Lou, there are multiple red zones, so depending on how risk averse you are, you could wait for one of the smaller ones to open up.
I usually do the one that's like 1,000 entries.
Buckster 23, congratulations. I will email you, and we will get you in the red zone contest on DraftKings this week. This is for, let's do a $100 gift card to the store. And I will try to send this right away, and then you can even maximize your 20% off. Oh, do I see our friend Nate the Freight?
Oh,
hey.
Oh,
Nate the Freight. Congratulations.
He had the a Rainbow Punk sale yesterday, or Rainbow Puke, the doodles.
Wow.
Big
oh
one.
Yeah, because that was his profile pic, right?
Yeah. Those things were going wild yesterday.
And our final winner, this is good for $100 in the SPY. I mean, I feel like with my pursuits in the SPY and my main goal in life being to win it, that nothing would be more fitting than whoever I gave $100 to beating me in the SPY this week. Yeah.
Empire Maker had one like that, right? That he staked someone and they got like second in some big tournament.
Yeah. Oh, do I see Casey? Awesome.
Hey.
Congratulations.
He could take it down.
He could take it down.
Yeah.
He's a legit threat.
Yeah.
Casey, he was big in the randomizer streets this summer. Also famous from his flag plants in the Establish the Million live chat over on ETR. Congratulations, Casey. Just wanted to do a few giveaways because I do truly appreciate all of you guys. I know, like I said, we joke about toxicity and communities and all that stuff, but to have a community like this one where the vibes are good and so many like-minded people and so many smart people too. I mean, the amount of smart people in that Discord, I'm constantly blown away by that. So another cheers here to all of you guys in the Deposit Kingdom.
Yeah, it's crazy. We have like 10 accountants in there.
10 accountants.
Accountants don't have to be smart. Accountants don't.
Not saying they're smart, but it's kind of funny that like we have a tax channel with like legit accountants in it.
What gets discussed more, joggers or taxes? NFT
well,
taxes.
Yeah, the problem is half of our accountants are in Canada, so that doesn't really help us all that much.
Yeah.
Right now it's taxes.
Yeah,
right now it's taxes
like
for sure.
Taxes.
Yeah. You got what? We got about 6
local
more
time.
hours
It's not
here to
hours.
tax harvest.
That was my
Local
question earlier. I was like, is it based off of my 12 o'clock?
It's UTC.
Based off of like UTC.
That's a great symbol of how far we've come from January 1, 2021 to today of what time
when do I have to set
tax
my
loss
timers on these?
Well, I did see TD in the Discord. He posted basically a rap sheet list of all the NFTs he was burning. Like I had listed a bunch for 0 to tax harvest. No one's buying my Elvins for 0. So I might actually have to to put some of these on burn notice as well.
Oh, my shroot that I sold when I jumped out of the shower to mint.
What was that? A 0.69 sale?
Yeah.
Or a week offer you
wild.
accepted?
Oh yeah, it was pretty lit. And I let it sit there for 3 days like a dumbass thinking that I was gonna go up.
Clay's like sweating. He's like, should I accept this week offer on my shroot? And Ori's over here. He's like, no, staking is coming.
Yeah, he's like, move.
Oh my goodness.
And now I gotta pay taxes.
Any other final takes, reminiscing here before we close on a little highlight video from the year?
I have one question, Pete, and we all love to just say how great Pete Overzet is. The Overzetiverse is thriving. What does Lauren think about the Overzetiverse? Does she believe like the internet like creation that you've made? Like what is her take on all this?
Yeah, we need to draw her a family tree. That might help out, or more buffalo wings. I'll send another box on my own personal dime this time. If that helps out.
I will say, I told her about King's Starbucks gift card, and she was heading out. And she's like, "Can I use this?" And I was like, "Sure, you could use it." So she bought a bag of coffee, and I was like, "Lauren, that's a little too much." And she's like, "It's the same as if you just bought 2 coffees." And so I was like, "Okay, all right." So because we make most of our coffee here, so yes, she even got to feel the benefits of the King donation. So thank you. But no, yeah, she is. I know it sounds like things that people say about their spouses, but she truly is like so incredibly patient. Like if you think about how many shows I do at night, nights that I'm not hanging out with her when I'm doing that, and then you're going to tack on like minting NFTs and Top Shot and building DFS lineups. She truly is a saint, and she's been incredibly supportive of me through all of this. And I truly can't thank her enough. And yeah, I tell her stories from the Discord, and she appreciates it. The pizza night, I had her, she was sitting next to me. Club MGMI did a pizza airdrop to everyone. And it was this like, mystery box of where the pizza was going to come from through this site that Dangy found. And we were watching the photos of everyone's pizza come in real time, and she thought it was incredible. She's like, analyzing, what they got a 2-liter of Mountain Dew. How did that happen? Yeah, she's very supportive, and she loves this corner of the internet and all of you guys as well.
Shout out to Dangy on that pizza party. That was a hit.
That was awesome.
Was AMT the one that found?
Correct.
Full circle. Yeah.
It was AMT. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I'm going to send people gift cards. It's going to be a nightmare. No, AMT's like, here.
And it's like global.
XYZ.
Yeah. It was wild.
Yeah.
And like some people haven't gotten their pizza yet, and we're concerned if they were going to get it. Didn't some people get like
Didn't Dangy have 2 pizzas? That was Dangy, right?
Yeah. Well,
Dangy got 2.
For science, one of our top videos by views on Club MGMI is Dangy at the pizza shop. Because it's a short, so they like pump those
YouTube
out.
short blowing up.
Yeah, that had like over 1,000 views in like the first 24 hours. It was wild.
It was so good. I mean, that is the thing too. I do want to give, because I've heard stories. I know Chris's wife says I'm a frat guy. The irony being Chris was in a frat and I was never in a frat, but shout out to all of your significant others that listen to all the content around here and overhear it on speakers and, derails watching whatever better programming you could be on Netflix. So shout out to all the SIG others out there. We appreciate it.
We'll give a cheers to that.
Well. Any final words before we wrap this up here on New Year's? Don't want to stretch this out too long. Willis,
just a final thank you to you, man.
Just thank you for everything, Pete. I mean, made awesome friends and had a lot of fun through this whole pandemic, and just all because you decided to create a Discord.
Yeah, and also shout out. I know I've given him some shout outs before, but Siler, he was the one that reached out to me last fall and kind of pressed me on starting a Discord. And I was like, isn't that for like people who are into anime and stuff and just like want to talk about it? And he's like, no, there could actually be sports Discords and all this stuff. And he helped spin it all up. For those of you who aren't familiar in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, there's thresholds based on how active you are. So when you come in, you're a white name. You can graduate to become a fish. You can become, the chalk and, elevate. And that was all Skylar's magic. I had nothing to do with that. He came up with all of that. And Dangy, what's level 100? Is it thought leader you become if you hit level 100?
Yeah,
I have no idea.
That sounds right.
because
I
50,
don't
50
wanna
is a
find it.
sharp
50 is
and
tout,
100
right? There's a tout.
no
in
tout
there.
is 25. I thought
25. Oh,
sharp is 50, and then thought leader is 100.
There you go. Daggy, we're going to throw a party when you hit
Yeah.
true thought
Man.
leader status.
I
Lead
might
into it,
delete.
Vin.
I have the power to remove my history.
You're wearing
and,
a
like, my
thought
rag-
leader
I
hat.
dereg myself. I might rug myself.
Don't
Sir,
ever
we're
do
to put it on
that.
the blockchain, so you can't do
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
All
That's when we're
right,
gonna
guys.
reset all of the XP.
Yeah, we started over. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I do have a little highlight video from a bunch of moments from videos and streams throughout the year. But again, in case it didn't get emphasized enough, I really appreciate all of you guys. These are my guys in the Discord, shaping the conversation, keeping things in line, helping me out, helping me stay organized, my eyes and ears on the ground. I appreciate you guys a ton. I hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's. 2021 was an awesome year, and I have a feeling 2022 is going to be even bigger. So a final cheers to everyone here. Happy New Year. We'll see you guys in 2022.
Happy New Year, baby.
Happy New Year.
I've seen some cats before, but they are all fungible. Not these ones. GM. Twin packs. Right click, save as. Yes, I own it now. I got invited to do a clubhouse the other night. Adrian Wojnarowski was on it. I probably just butchered his last name. And I had to say, I had to say, I'm sorry, guys. I don't have an iPhone.
No, I used to play hopscotch with Debo Samuel.
I don't even know where to go. CryptoPunks are the first significant NFT. They even predate the established ECR 721 standard, something I definitely fully understand. Does he think? I think he thinks this. He thinks this is a goat.
Yeah.
Vegas Dave thinks this is a goat. I am now a paid influencer for Underdog Fantasy. We use promo code Pete at checkout. Bro, I'm telling you, hop in these drafts when these idiot streamers are trying to draft and talk to the chat at the same time. It's so plus EV, bro.
Evan, you are on the draft randomizer stream with me and Pete Overzet.
What are you talking about? Kirk Cousins as a tier 1 quarterback.
These guys saw each other's ding-dongs in college on a regular basis, and now they'll do it again in the Bengals locker room. There's 7.6 million people in the world and only 10K agitated aardvarks. This is all I'll say. If I were you, I'd start scooping up the Facundo Campazzo moments. The second this guy becomes the face of Top Shot in Argentina, game over. I was fighting back instincts to go and see if Top Shot was back up.
He definitely clicked on Top Shot. God damn it, Pete.
I want to get a shirt made that said, my preferred draft strategy is a really good running back that gets a lot of carries and catches a lot of passes, followed by a bunch of really talented young wide receivers who catch a lot of passes and do lots of things with it after the catch.
Gonna have to prepare myself.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Pete, it looks like we're finally piss boys here, right?
Join the resistance and combat the evil empire of wide receiver Thirsty Lemming.
Javante. Melvin Gordon might not even make the team.
Why is my name Elastic Honeybee 8285?
Ashley's doing great. Just got epidural a little bit ago, so it's time to party. I'm in the hospital right now, yeah.
Chepale, what balls on this guy, Amaro?
It does flow from King Henry to AJ Brown and Julio. This is the Swolecast. We'll see you in week 4.
Hot naked girls doing yoga.
What?
Full nudity.
Display them. It's a way for me to constantly appreciate the art that I own and also prove to my wife that she didn't make a massive mistake in marrying me. One aardvark equals one aardvark. I know, I'm in my basement, but my 3-year-old has a birthday party going on upstairs. You can give us a twirl there. You look like the hunchback at Notre Dame. So fucking cute with his 0 RB. Evan, you will speak when you are spoken to. Fuck off, Chris. Awful team.
how many fucking Fruit Loops are in a box? I think I'm way off. I had 160K.
About to get lit. Reveal. Let's go.
God damn it! I don't need another layup.
You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
I need everyone to rise up. Pull up the lineup. Pull up the lineup, Leone. Masturbates D's nuts on double D's has to be the optimal tonight. Well done. And scene. I should just